Ancient Egypt is remembered for pyramids, pharaohs, and gold. But behind the shining temples and powerful kings was a world far darker than most people realize. A world of horrifying rituals, twisted beliefs, and wicked secrets meant to stay buried for eternity. Tonight, we're going deep into the shadows of ancient Egypt, into the things they never teach in school. 1. Queens were slaughtered to be buried and reunited with the king in the afterlife after his death. When a powerful king died, certain queens were forced to die with him so they could serve him in the afterlife. This wasn't love, it was tradition and pressure. Archaeologists found queens buried beside kings, even when they died the same exact day. 2. Embalmers removed all major organs during mummification. They opened the body, took out the liver, lungs, stomach, and intestines, and placed them into special jars. They believed the person needed these organs in the next life, but not inside the body. This was one of the most dangerous and respected jobs in Egypt. 3. The brain was dragged out through the nose using a hook. A long metal rod was pushed into the skull through the nostril to break the brain apart. Then the pieces were pulled out slowly. Shockingly, Egyptians saw the brain as worthless and threw it away. 4. The heart was kept inside the body because it was the seat of the soul. They believed the heart held a person's memories, thoughts, and personality. In the afterlife, the heart was weighed against a feather to judge your soul. If the heart failed, a monster called Amit ate it forever. 5. Workers who built secret chambers were sealed inside the tomb. To protect hidden rooms, builders who knew the structure were sometimes left inside after sealing. Many died inside the stone walls they had just constructed. This prevented them from revealing the tomb's layout to robbers. 6. Animals were killed and mummified to accompany the dead. Thousands of cats, dogs, birds, and even crocodiles were sacrificed for burials. Some were pets, but many were offerings meant to win favor with the gods. Entire cemeteries of animal mummies have been discovered. 7. Some criminals were mummified alive as a rare form of execution. Historical records describe criminals wrapped tightly in layers of linen until they suffocated. This was seen as a horrifying and public punishment. It was meant to erase their identity both in life and death. 8. Royal families often married their own siblings to keep blood pure. Brothers and sisters were forced into marriage to maintain divine royal bloodlines. This caused many health problems in the family. It also ensured the throne stayed within the same tight circle. 9. Children, as young as 10 to 12, were married in royal households. Young princes and princesses had no choice. Marriage was a political move, not personal. These marriages were arranged to create alliances or strengthen family power. Some children became rulers before they even understood their duties. 10. A pharaoh could erase someone from history by destroying their name. If a person angered the king, every statue, carving, and writing of their name was destroyed. This was called damnation of memory. To Egyptians, having your name erased meant losing your afterlife forever. 11. Tomb robbers faced brutal punishment if caught. Stealing from the dead was one of the worst crimes. Robbers who were captured often had their hands cut off or were executed. These harsh punishments were written in official legal records. 12. Embalmers poured hot resin inside bodies to preserve them. The boiling resin hardened like glue, locking the body in place for thousands of years. This protected the corpse from insects, decay, and humidity. It also gave mummies their dark, shiny appearance. 13. Certain tomb walls showed torture scenes used as warnings. Paintings showed rebels being whipped, burned, or broken on racks. These images told enemies what would happen if they challenged the pharaoh. It was political propaganda carved in stone. 14. Kings were buried with massive amounts of food, treasure, and even servants. They believed they needed supplies for the afterlife, just like in real life. Some servants were killed or sacrificed to follow their ruler. This created tombs full of gold, weapons, clothing, and human remains. 15. Mummies were so well preserved that fingerprints and hair survived for millennia. Some mummies still have visible eyelashes, tattoos, and even braided hair. Their skin, although dried, still shows wounds and scars from ancient life. This level of preservation is unmatched in any other ancient culture. 16. Enemies of the pharaoh were executed and displayed publicly. Bodies were hung outside city walls to show the price of rebellion. Villagers walked past these remains daily as a reminder of the king's power. It created a climate of fear and obedience. 17. Pharaohs demanded huge amounts of labor in deadly workplaces. The worst were the mines, where prisoners worked in darkness with almost no food. Most workers died within weeks from starvation, collapse, or exhaustion. These mines produced gold for temples and royal tombs. 18. Burial chambers were built with traps to injure or blind intruders. Sharp powders and glittering minerals were placed inside cracks to explode light into the eyes. Some hallways were designed to collapse when stepped on incorrectly. These traps were meant to protect the royal dead from thieves. 19. A few bodies were found with their mouths forced open, so their souls would scream forever. This wasn't artistic, it was deliberate punishment. An open mouth meant the spirit could never rest or close its final breath. These mummies looked like they died mid-terror. 20. Pharaohs erased entire bloodlines from existence. Instead of executing their rivals publicly, certain Egyptian rulers destroyed every statue, carving, and record of a person. This erasing of existence meant the victim lost not only their life but their afterlife. To Egyptians, this was considered worse than any physical punishment. We hope you enjoyed this video. If you're brave enough for more, like the video and subscribe. Until then, stay curious and stay aware. History is darker than you think.